This is really different. But I'm gonna try to look at my camera, wherever camera is. Boom. Um, Hi, it's just Janelle. This is a separate channel that I have aside from my main channel. This is called As I Am. Here, this is a channel I started a while ago. I said I would start to put like more realistic things on there about my life and everything like that. So, with that being said, I come to talk to you about a couple of things. Why'd I do that? But, talk to you about a couple of things. So, first thing I want to talk about, it's 2017, of course, with the new year running around. We all have our own goals that we want to achieve, of course. I haven't been making as many uploads. A lot has been going on with me in the past 2 years. I do anticipate changing that, and I feel like I say that every time I come back with another video, but I do anticipate changing that. Oh, this does have better lighting. Oh, there we go. This is my kitchen, but don't mind that. I did the dishes. Half of that is done, half of that is not done. That's from breakfast. Don't mind that. But yeah, that's one of the things that changed in the past 2 years is I actually had a baby, so that's a new addition to my life. That's mainly the thing that's been taking the most of my time. So I haven't had a lot of energy and everything to be as creative and use my creative space as I want to. So that's one of the things. I gotta keep remembering to look right there. So, but my goals for 2017 are mainly around just bettering myself in any possible way that I can, especially mentally and spiritually. My mental health and my spiritual health are something that I have not been taking care of. I've stayed in a toxic relationship for 2.5 years, to which the result was London. The result was London, and a couple other memories that I'd rather not have. And I am not happy to say that I am not the same person that I was 2.5 years ago. Like, I'm in a space where I can honestly say, oh my god, that pimple is so freaking huge. I mean, anybody could say that, but that's not what I was trying to point out. Sorry. I'm in a space where I don't feel comfortable with looking in the mirror. That's what I mean. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, a whole night went by. I had to get London into bed and washed and dressed and everything. But yeah, I have an issue with looking at myself in the mirror. I'm out of breath. I just came from changing her diaper. But I have a problem with looking in the mirror, mainly because I notice that I'm so unhappy, and I notice particularly that I am very negative. And it's just like a large inner turmoil that I'm going through, just because of so many events that I went through in the past 2 years. To be specific, I guess I should talk about it, whatever. You know, like I said, I was in a relationship for about 2.5 years. It was a very toxic relationship. At times it did get physical. It was very mentally exhausting. You know, it became a lot of, well, where are you going? Who are you talking to? Who is this person to you? And not to say that that is from insecurities, because I don't think it's from insecurities. I think it was just my situation. Like, I could notice and I could tell that that person was cheating on me. And so about 90% of the time I was playing detective. The other 10, like 5%, I spent, you know, pregnant, pretty much worried about my physical health. And then the other 5% was like stress from work. So I was just overall stressed out. I don't have a lot of family to go to. Like, even my mother, for example. This might be a little personal too, but like, I don't know, I'm trying to be open just to get some form of release or some form of comfort from maybe talking about it. I don't know, you know, I don't know how to fix it. That's basically the bottom line. I don't know how to fix what's wrong with me. Um, I don't have a lot of family, like I said. Can't go to my mother. I don't know if it's because of resentment. I don't really know why she has resentment towards me in the first place. Same thing with my sister. Um, it's just over a certain amount of time, I've noticed that people do take advantage of my kindness and use me as much as they possibly can. And I guess I took a stand against that and said no to a lot of people. And I think personally a lot of people didn't like me finally standing up for myself. So I think that's why a lot of people, like my mom, like my sister, are not in my life, because I come off as abrasive when I can tell that somebody's trying to hurt me. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of family. Pretty much raised in London by myself. I say by myself because she's primarily in my care. I'm responsible for putting her to sleep, feeding her, dressing her, etc. I'm the one doing the grunt work mostly. So that's why I say I'm a single parent. But I wanted to talk about this because I'm trying to change and I'm trying to be better. And like I said, I don't even begin to know how. And sometimes even that just frustrates me. Like, I don't even know where to start to be able to change my outlook on myself, period. So I'm finally out of this relationship, and it's like I'm left with this large pile of mess. And I don't even know which end to start cleaning from. And the thing about that is whenever you're cleaning a large room, you're going to notice that some things are going to get dirtier before it gets cleaned. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening. Like, I'll tackle a specific situation about myself and it'll just get me lost in that one area. And then I get overwhelmed by looking at how much of myself that I really do have to get together. So that's what I'm currently dealing with. That's my main focus in 2017, is just to be better mentally and spiritually. Obviously for the sake of not just myself, but for my child, because I don't want my daughter to mimic any of my habits or any of that. And I feel like it's good that I went through everything that I went through, because now I know exactly what to teach my daughter as far as mental strength. Nobody told me keeping yourself mentally healthy was as important as it is being physically healthy. Nobody told me that. Now I can teach my daughter. So there are certain ups about everything that I went through. I feel like for the longest time I've been trying to search for the lesson in what I went through. Genuinely trying to search for a lesson. I couldn't understand why somebody I cared about hurt me so badly, or any of that. I mean, now I'm getting pretty settled with it. Like I said, it's a day-to-day process, but I couldn't understand it for the longest time. And I think that maybe that relationship was just teaching me that I was neglecting myself in the long run, and to kind of just make me realize that, I am kind of a passive person and I do let people push over me. And that relationship genuinely was a test of my patience, because it was like I said, it's one of those situations where I knew something was going on, but it was like a series of manipulation, basically. And it had me doubting myself and doubting what was basically real and what was happening. So it was a lot with that relationship that I did. But I was trying to figure out what was going on for the longest, or what lesson I could take from this for the longest. And I guess I was neglecting myself. I loved this person more than I loved myself. And that's not good. When you're dating someone, you're not supposed to love them more. It's not a competition about who loves who the most. You're ultimately supposed to love yourself the most, and whoever is in your life is supposed to add to that. They are an addition. They are not your main or dominant source of happiness or anything. And I guess that's where that came from, because this is the stuff I was thinking about. Like, I think, I came from a very broken up family. Like, I have a very large family, but we don't talk, and I think I've been searching for that love for the longest. I think that's what I was searching for genuinely, is like, I want to feel loved and feel like I have someone to go to and have someone to talk to. And just that source of being a family and things like that. So I tried to create that with this person. We planned our life together. We were anticipating moving to California together. We talked about school systems for London. I was pregnant again, and Jesus. I was supposed to have a second baby. And that's something that still bothers me today, you know? Like, I guess it's still pretty recent because I think it was a boy, he would have been due December 31st. And obviously that's something that still bothers me. Yeah, we went as far as planning our lives together. Like, we would have had 2 children right now. So I'm dealing with a lot of anger for very reasonable reasons, like it's expected. And sometimes I don't know where to start. Like I said, I'm recording all of this and I'm talking about all of this because I thought that it would help me release it, you know. I'm a creative person, and I noticed that I haven't been able to completely express myself through my art or my work like I usually do. That's another thing I want to work on. Okay, I moved over here. I know I keep bouncing back and forth. I moved over here because my phone is dying in case blah blah blah. I have to charge my phone. So, but like I said, yeah, that's another thing I want to work on because, like I said, I lost touch with myself and the things that I like to do. I was caught up in being this role for this person and what I thought we were going to be, blah blah blah, etc. So I kind of lost touch with myself. So I want to do more of the things that make me happy. And the thing about that, like I said, I forgot what makes me happy. So I want to do more of the videos. I want to do more of the editing. I have a large plan. I actually plan on rebranding myself and doing a lot more with this and going actually into freelance post-production. So pretty soon my services will be available to you guys. I will have a page up and like contact information, and I have different ways. Of course, it's not going to be for free. For some people, it just might, because even though I do have a portfolio from yonder ago, I would like to build up on that, obviously. So it all depends, but there will be prices involved, and I do anticipate going freelance as of 2017, hopefully, because with rebranding and everything, we'll see how long this actually takes to be 100% realistic. But I just want to make sure I touch upon everything I wanted to talk about. But that is what I'm currently dealing with. I'm dealing with a lot of lingering emotions and anger. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of anger. As for the baby, I did lose the baby in a miscarriage. It was an abortion that I made for the sake of my mental health. At the time, I was speaking to my sister, and me and my family, we've been known to have premonitions. I don't want to say premonitions, but we're really spiritually intact to where we can detect certain things most people can't. If that makes sense, if you can relate to that, cool. If you don't, you can go ahead and call me crazy. But she had a dream, you know, she was concerned about me killing myself. And during all of this, obviously, you know, after a certain time, especially with postpartum depression, especially with, you know, being pregnant again. You know, after I had London, I was pregnant again. So that's twice the hormones, plus everything I was going through. So at that time, I was feeling depressed, obviously. You know, it felt like my world was falling apart pretty much. You know, like that's all I can put. I was depressed, and I was thinking about death a lot. I was. So I was thinking about it'd be so much easier if all of this would just stop. Like if I could just stop feeling pain for like 2 seconds, that would just make, give me a break. I need to breathe type thing. So at that time, yeah, she was very concerned about me and my health overall. As was I. I just didn't know who to go to. I started seeing a therapist, but the first day of my therapy session, I had to leave because on his side, his mother didn't know how to deal with London. And so I had to leave my appointment to go deal with them and get her. And once I did come back to my appointment, he told me to reschedule, which was another 3 weeks out. And to me, that's a big highlight, because at that point I was ready to break down. And it's like, I really need to talk to somebody, and they were turning me away. It was kind of not traumatic, but the experience was overall traumatic for me. Like, obviously I have some nastiness, I don't even know what to call it. I have a lot of problems that stems from that, and that's just what I'm trying to work on. But, that's basically what I've been going through for the past 2.5 years. So I am just trying to be better, for 2017. I try to listen to a lot of inspirational things. I try to seek out influencers, anyone I can look up to, etc. Because like I said, I don't have a lot of family or people to talk to. I don't have a support system, which I always tell people is important, mainly because of everything that I go through. That's why I tell people that support system is important. So I just try to find people that influence me and look at them and see how they're improving their life and see how they deal with negativity, see how they deal with positivity, see how their coping skills are, things like that. I've just been trying to build and make myself better. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything out, It's a lot of things I didn't talk about that I went through. It was a lot of harassment I dealt with. It was a lot of verbal abuse, especially about my physical appearance and just overall making me feel insecure about myself and how I looked and why I didn't put on makeup and why my lips looked a certain way, because obviously that's how I was born. For those who don't know what it is, it's a cleft palate. A lot of people are born with birth defects is what they are. That includes cleft foot, includes a lot of things that can have conditions with your heart. I believe every 1 in 100 children are affected by that due to medication or some type of complication during pregnancy. Please Google that for more information if you would like to know. But basically, I was just bullied pretty much in that relationship. And a lot of things were, like I said, taken advantage of. Whatever perks it is to dating me, took advantage of me. And, I was just hurt overall. And trying to heal from that. But that's I said it so many times, I'm just trying to come back from it. I'm not trying to personally execute like my ex online. Not that I care. I mean, like, even if I was, like, I wouldn't care, because I feel like after everything I went through, I can say a couple words or two about the person that I've known for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't care. But like, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not the purpose of this video. I just want to talk about it, because I had nobody to talk about this to. So yeah. The purpose of this video is not to bash my ex in any way. Simply to get everything out that I need to get out. We obviously share a child together. And I want him to be there for her, So that's what I'm done with. As for everything else regarding this year, pretty much, I just hope that I'm able to do everything that I can for the sake of my daughter. I hope I can do my very best and heal, of course, just so I can be a better me. You know, that's all I want to do. And everybody's hashtagging better me. God, London. Everybody's hashtagging better me 17. So I mean, it's motivational. I'm not against New Year's resolutions because I think they're positive, and I can't stand how people are like, "Oh, here go another year of resolutions." Yes, here goes another year of me not giving up on myself, and I think that's the greatest thing anyone could ever do for themselves is to believe in themselves, and to encourage themselves, and to continue each day with the full positive outlook on themselves. So I'm not against resolutions or any of that. So, but yeah, I did just want to air that out. Obviously, I didn't touch up on everything. Maybe it'll come out on a different day. Obviously, I'm not always alone. So, but I'm glad that I have the space to be able to freely express myself without judgment. If I am being judged, I want you to know that I don't care in any form. I don't care in any form because I've been through enough to where it's like, and I know that other people have been through enough to where it's like, I know I'm not the only person who has been through a terrible toxic relationship or anything like that. So I don't in any form feel self-conscious about any of the things that I'm talking about. I was in a verbally abusive relationship. I was in a toxic relationship to where the end result caused me to hate everything about myself. And this is just about finding myself, and getting back to who Stephanie is and what Stephanie likes and what makes Stephanie happy. Because at this point, like, I'm clueless as to all of that. And this is a big journey for me. It really is. It takes up most of my energy. Like, I can genuinely say, I thought she was going to fall off the couch. But I can genuinely say I could just be sitting, doing nothing, and like memories of whatever I went through would literally like flash back to me. That's how bad it is, you know. To have trauma like that just from a relationship, it's not good. And I'm not trying to play the victim either. I'm not. You know, I want to be able to be free. I want to be able to speak freely on what I'm talking about and everything else in between. Like, I don't consider myself a victim. I think it was fucked up what I went through. 100%. I think it was fucked up. But surprisingly, in no way that has not slowed me down. I mean, it slowed me down, but it didn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still moving. I noticed the damage, obviously, and I'm just waking up each day trying to be better. Like everybody else. I'm just trying to be better, you know? So, I mean, that's what I got planned for 2017. It's just healing. That's my overall goal is to heal spiritually, heal mentally, physically, just get myself back in good health and be right and do right by myself, you know, because I've been doing so many other people right, my family, everyone in between, everyone except myself. And this is it's my turn, you know. It's my turn to better myself. It's my turn to grow, you know. So that's what I'm doing, and I appreciate anyone who looks at this and doesn't judge me, or looks at this and can relate to me, or any of that. And I will always keep updated. You know, I'm going to keep updated on things that I do to stay positive as far as meditation and journaling. And I've been trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. So I will make videos about that, of course. And yeah, just thanks, I guess, for listening, you know, for taking the time out. Because I think this video is like 25 minutes right now. Yeah, just thanks. That's all I have to say. So I appreciate you for watching again. My name is Stephanie. As far as the channel, this is Stephanie as I am. It is what it is. As I am, basically. That's exactly what it is. Me without the brand name, just Janelle, of course. And this is more touching on real topics, pretty much. So, again, I appreciate you for listening. If you want to subscribe. I'm not going to be talking about depressing things all the time, of course. I want to uplift and empower, always, always. But yeah, thanks. And hope you have a great rest of your day. As always, stay positive. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.